Hello and welcome back to Pandemic Playground with Dave. We are back with Ship Evolution again, and we've made it back home with our new technology of the Prototech Assembler, which is tucked away in this little bit of a belly situation right over here. Let's get started with today's episode. Alright, so as we mentioned, we're going to add in build and repair so we can repair our ships a little bit quicker when we're back at home. And when I say quicker, it wasn't necessarily that quick either. So it did take some time to actually get everything fixed up. But I'm going to turn them off right now anyways. In the meantime, off camera, what I did so far was to remove all the random ships that were here. Because they were no longer necessary, obviously. So we got rid of all that as much as we can. Then we decided to put a little bit more batteries into our systems here. So a few batteries are now in, I think, the jump drive area. Within, not within the hangars here, but within the one in here. The regional respawn pod. There's an extra battery here. I think I added a couple of my batteries previously here. But there are tons of other batteries in different areas as well. Although I should probably add, I could add 2 more down here. And gyroscopes. We lost 2 gyroscopes in front somehow. Well, not somehow. I kind of did that on my own for no reason. And it's proven that we need a little bit more batteries because of our jump drive. So we definitely need to tuck a few in here where we can. I'm going to turn on build and repair for this as well. Might as well make it quicker that way. There's so much more areas for batteries, but mainly the battery is over there. I could put one right over here if I got rid of this light here that I added for no reason. I was thinking about putting batteries down here as well, since I'm not really coming down here anymore. Like, what is the purpose of these diagonals here when it doesn't seem like it's really necessary anymore, right? So we also try to put as much gyroscopes as we can in different areas. So I'm going to put another gyroscope here. Again, like I said, we're likely not going to come down here anyways. So there's no point of me having stairs down there in that case too. So let's put in more batteries as well. So that we have it right there. So just plug in as much as we can in here. I guess we could get rid of this slant for battery, right? I might not be able to do that actually. That looks like it may be to close out the ship a bit. I mean, eventually we probably could remove it, but now we'll leave it alone. Okay, so I'll build and repair. We'll turn on. It'll help us fix all this up for now. Okay, other than that, we still have the blue ship, which I'm kind of thinking, why not stick it back here where the grinder is? I don't really care to have all these cargo containers back here because it's really not very helpful. It probably serves a better purpose with this back there, potentially. But this thing is a little bit big too, so hard to say exactly how I want to put this. But even if I stuck it right on this section here, it wouldn't be too bad. Or even up to this section here. Actually, might not be able to. So I might have to do it somewhere back here. So if I get rid of the grinder section, that can help out a little bit too. Makes the ship a little longer, but at least we're utilizing it as well. This ship is not even that long. It is, I would say long, but width wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 11, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. 11 long in that distance, but in the back is a little bit further. So if we could, I think we'd just grab everything off of here and merge it from there. It'll be a bit longer, but it might serve a better purpose than having the grinders here currently. Unless I build it a little bit on the lower end. I kind of want to chop it down a bit more, to be honest. So how far are we with this one? We have 7 distance, so 7. So we do 7, 8, 9. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be up to here in terms of putting the blue ship, which is not bad. That could work. But again, it's more or less getting rid of these cargo containers. I really don't really care for that many cargo containers. So I can get as close as probably, well, remove 1 or 2 of them. Probably 1. And then put in the blue ship and get that all welded together. But again, it is going to be a much longer ship. So should I do that? Or should I kind of put it on the bottom? Kind of double deckering. I'm not a fan of putting it in the bottom. I don't want to make it like that. But I think if I got rid of this whole section and did that, that probably would weigh a little bit better. And I don't mind doing that because I'm going to wait out because I'd rather have a somewhat closer unidentified system so we can continue the factorum battles. But let's maybe evolve the ship a little bit from here today. That sounds like the better plan. So I'm guessing I'm just going to have to utilize this grinder ship here, right? If it has batteries. It doesn't even have batteries. Okay. We're out of luck when it comes to batteries, unfortunately. And that is because we've been burning a bunch of power for jump drives. So hydrogen can save us in that front, but still, it's very costly in that case. Okay, we have 107 mil worth of credits now. That's because I sold some of our platinum, which probably shouldn't have done that, but be fine. Most of our power source is coming into this ship because it utilizes a lot of power. I think a lot of my batteries are still low, which is terrible. It's really low. That's not good. Something is killing our power fairly quickly. Our hydrogen tanks are full, which is good. And I think we have our hydrogen engines on too. Yeah, we have them on. So we're burning hydrogen for power for now, which is not bad of an idea. But the problem is we got no power elsewhere. Yeah, not looking great. We need some uranium. There's a private sale in that one. I don't know if that's going to help us get any uranium, but probably not. We need more ships to come along so we can steal its power and everything like that. But for now, we got to get rid of this here. I think we have to do this by hand because this thing has no batteries whatsoever. It got drained, I guess. Yeah, it's so low in power. All right. So we might have to do this by hand, which is fine. And there's other things we need to get rid of too, like say this antenna. I don't think we need this antenna. We could try to hook up a different system here. Whether it's a turret, artillery, assault cannon. We could probably do that over there. Maybe an assault cannon would be an ideal spot for there. Because we only have 2 anyways. So if we could plug one here, that would probably be more interesting that way. These gyroscope, whether it should be here or not is another question. What's underneath this? Not sure why there's a cargo container here, but what is here? What? Oh, it is as a regular ship. That's where the door is. or doorway is. And that's why there's a car container as well. Definitely doesn't need to be there, to be honest, but whatever. We'll put it back where it was. Okay. I was thinking of shoving the gyroscope in there, but for now it should be okay. Not a good placement for gyroscopes, but good enough for now. Everything else should be okay. We have some stopping power here, but I don't think we need that, do we? Not quite. We could add a little more though. I'm not gonna worry myself about that right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of this whole grinding section. But would I be able to put a grinder section on here? Potentially. And we would need that just in case. Once we get to factorum. And we're gonna have to grind down some bases and things like that. Because doing it by hand is not gonna be fun anyway. So, or I take the grinding ship with us. The large grit that we have there. That could help too. I'm not sure how much space is in there though. Because I think we only did a small cargo container worth of stuff in here. Or is it a large one? I forget. Oh, it's actually a large cargo container. Okay. So that could still work. All right. So we could maneuver this thing and get this on. The only problem also is that it has no flight right this moment. So how am I going to get this attached? I have no idea. But I really want to get rid of this whole section because it works, but it's kind of pointless at the same time. All right, so we have a problem. As much as I wanted to get this shrunken down a bit, get rid of at least one large car container, it seemingly as if we may not be able to do that. And that's mainly because we have some batteries laying right over here, which is not great. Although I could just discharge them and get rid of them anyways. Wouldn't be that big of a deal, would it? I mean, more or less the ship can just squeeze right in and put batteries there anyways. Now the question is, do we want to just get rid of the what's it called? It's the power cells and rebuild it later down the line, which we have the mats for it anyways, I believe. So I wouldn't make my life harder by keeping them and try to merge it in with the batteries for now, right? It makes more sense to just discharge them as quickly as possible, I would think. Yeah, I'm gonna do that for now. I'm gonna just discharge them, and then once they're completely discharged, we'll just get rid of them, and then we'll deal with the loss of power cells in this case. Okay, so I'm not sure which one these were, but there's got to be a way to find a better way to get the other ones charged a little bit quicker, I think. I don't know.
Inventory full.
I guess while we wait for that to discharge, we can work on this side and get rid of this antenna because it's unnecessary.
Full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay, got that. And build and repair is picking up the scrap, so a little cheesy for now, but whatever. It'll work. Okay, so if only these were piped so we could just put a turret thingy here. That would have been nice, but we don't have that set up. So what is underneath here? Would be a nice little question. This is the front of everything, the cockpit section or bridge section, which we technically don't need a bridge because these are not necessarily ships. We should redesign all this so it doesn't actually act like a ship, so we can actually fill it up with stuff. I mean, for now, we could fill it up with conveyor junctions right there from that cargo container and then bring it up. Because, again, we don't need all these seats and everything like that, too. So that would be a possibility to do that. Or we get it connected from up here. Well, up there would make sense because that's like a half. Yeah, it should come down from here. And I wonder if we have room for a welder for this as well. We'll get rid of this air vent. What's directly above us here? Right here. So, yeah, that doesn't work. I want it to be, I kind of want it to be here, right there, which is probably a good way to put an assault turret there. So the idea would be, we'll put a conveyor box here. Oh, we'll let building repair fix that, I guess. And then we just get connect all the into this thing here. So we can go from here, but I think this is empty. Yeah, this is empty space, which I'd rather keep that there. It's over here. Oh, there's a conveyor here. Okay. That could work if it's all connected. Get rid of that. And we still utilize that passage, I think, if we bring up piping this way. It could work. A welder would have to be sticking out here to keep it secured and not break the, and have to, what's it called, break. So we're gonna have to do it this way and then put a C shape here, I guess, like that. Get rid of one seat. I don't think we need two seats here. That should do it. And if we had to, we'll just do this. Not necessary whatsoever, but we're just gonna do it anyways. Probably a better block than that. Yeah, none of that's gonna really work. We're gonna stick with the slope block here. Well, that side didn't necessarily need it either. But this leads us to down here. And oh, these were all the other batteries were. Basically covered everything. These were where the armory was, or closets, or whatever they call it. That's where that was. So we just moved that all over, basically. All right, so we can put an artillery. Do we want to do artillery? No, probably not artillery. I'm gonna stick with the assault. I don't want something too strong where it's gonna pierce through every single ship. So I guess we could just do something as simple as an assault cannon instead. All right, perfect. And I kind of have to face it the wrong way, but it's fine. As long as it pulls, yep, we are perfectly fine. Awesome. And that means we should do the same thing on this side, which would be right in here. Okay. We'll bring that up. Welder. The interior, yeah, like I said before, the interior definitely needs a bit of a redesign, so it could be less of a manned ship and more space we can utilize for like batteries, maybe even more hydrogen tanks, and just tuck them inside so they're away from danger and everything like that. But for now, we should be all right. Okay, so we have multiple assault cannons now, and they're protected with the welders, which is awesome. Yeah, perfect. Here's some decoys, which is fine, although putting that here with decoys. Not the best idea, especially the gyroscopes. But it was part of the red ship design, so we'll leave it for now. I know there's like batteries out here, which is unnecessary, but luckily nothing's happened to them so far. So that's pretty good. Okay, so that's done. And we're going to continue to do this if it hasn't been drained yet. Not discharging too well, is it? So let's just do recharge on these sides here and discharge like this. That might work a little bit better. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Auto doesn't really help that much for some reason. So let's just discharge. Discharge. Still a long ways to go to discharge. So that I'm not happy about. I wasn't expecting it to be that long to do that, but it should be okay. I'm just gonna get rid of this for now. We lose some turrets, but it's all right. Okay, so let me see how this is gonna work. If I get it up to here, that'd be nice too, but we lose the side thrusting hydrants here. Which, I guess, it's not the end of the world because it's minimal anyways. Yeah, that's fine. So we could try to get rid of 2 large car containers. I don't necessarily want so many large car containers to be so exposed. So that's the reasoning behind all this removal for now. Okay, so there's a chance I could remove that one. It is gonna get rid of this hydrogen thruster, which is fine.
Full.
Like I said, there's only one on each side, so it's not significant. Yeah, there's nothing else on there, so this should be fine to do. Just get rid of the 2 large car containers for now. But this one's empty and this one's not empty. It's one of them I've been using. So that is not good. Yeah, so if it would have been shot down, yeah, it would have been pretty bad. Is this cargo number 5? It is. I was gonna say remove. Same with this one. Okay. So cargo right here. So we got parts everywhere for now. Not great, but yeah. Okay, so almost done with the depletion, I guess. Consolidating some of them, I guess, in terms of the batteries. And then afterwards, I have to blueprint this too, so that's gonna be fun. Okay, so more or less, we're gonna cut it up to here and merge the ship. So we'll get rid of all this excess armor blocks. Like so. And then it's more or less just the batteries that we're going to have to deal with. Okay. There's a bit of a gap here, but that's fine. Not a big deal. So then we're going to have 1, 2 large car containers to get. Wow, there's 4 large car containers on this thing before? That's insane. I was not expecting that at all. Okay, it's discharging, so we're pretty much good to go. This one's almost completely done, so a lot faster than I thought in this case. This one was kind of charged up, so that's going to take a bit longer, which is fine. But for now, we got to get this thing over, so how are we going to do that? It has no propulsion, no batteries whatsoever. So moving this might have to be done by either pistons or using this thing here. It may or may not be heavy enough to even move it, to be honest. But we can always give it a shot. So that's fully charged, basically. That's good. And we just gotta get off of block here. Yeah, we don't have enough batteries for this. I don't think we're gonna be able to pull this thing too well, to be honest. If we had more power, maybe. But power is a bit lacking on this thing here. I could barely I could barely move this thing on its own. Oh, I should have removed all the bits here. That's what's probably okay, that's what's probably making it a little too heavy anyways. So if I remove all those little bits, I should be when I say bits, I just mean cargo container stuff. I'm gonna have to reorganize everything because everything's a mess now. All right, there you go. That flies a little bit better. Not by a lot. But hopefully we could attach this thing a little bit somehow. And get this thing kind of moving in terms of flight wise. Okay, I might have to do this through a landing gear in this case. One big old landing gear right on the bottom of our ship if we can. I guess we're just gonna do this temporarily. Our build planner's all off. Yep. Had a gyroscope in there in mind, which is not what we needed. Okay, get this in. Perfect. Get this thing on switch lock. Back this thing up a little bit. Okay, let's get this connected. Okay, now this is where we're gonna cross our fingers that we have enough propulsion to get this moving off it when we unmerge this thing here. Okay, it's more than likely it might actually be a station at the very moment. So that's not gonna be great. Did I plug in a computer or anything on here? A seat, I mean? No. I might be able to move it. I don't think it's it. Well, it's likely a station, I believe. Yeah, it's not moving, so it's likely a station. So we just need a spot for a seat or a helm or something like that. I'm surprised I didn't put one in here. I thought I did, but oh well. We could throw in a helm, not a big deal. If not even a helm, we could even do a button of some sort. But anyway, so let's just throw in a helm here for now. Because all we really need to do is convert it to ship. Done. Okay. Now we move it a little bit. See if we can fly first before we start thinking about the merge blocks and everything like that. Slow, but doable. So bring this back a little bit, and then we'll just little sidestep towards the left. And that business shipment is coming a little bit closer, but shouldn't be a problem. So we do this ever so slowly to get to where we needed to get to. We should be fine. I think we might have to back it up just so slightly. I think we should be good here. Kind of curious to see where our rep is on STTC, because ideally we should really be on the ship selling economy base and doing acquisitions, but they don't sell hydrogen, so there's also that problem. But getting the faction discount would be ideal. Nope, building repair is doing its job right now, so that's a good thing and a bad thing. Because I wasn't really planning for it to do that, but it's fine. It's more or less doing the iron thrusters that's missing. Okay, so here I'm just gonna get rid of this because we don't need these. We might have to get rid of that too. And we just fit everything in there. Okay, so the front side of it, we'll probably just get rid of the hanger and everything like that, which is fine. I definitely can fit the batteries in here if I sneak it in correctly. The only thing is gotta be careful with it not losing the batteries from the large cargo containers here. So basically, if anything, we're gonna have to do this to keep it attached. Okay. So we get rid of this one here. Like that. And we have these batteries free to merge in instead of losing it, if anything. But as quickly as we did that, it's fully discharged anyway, so we could get rid of it. But I don't think we need to get rid of it if we can still salvage it. Okay, this thing is on an even number up and down, I believe. Somewhat. I would prefer this to be on the top end here, if anything. Yeah. That'll be fine. Alright, perfect. Everything else is attached this way, so that's fine. So we can get rid of this one as well.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay, perfect. So we could walk this thing in a little bit, but we gotta figure out where we want to put the merges, basically. So I guess we could fit this. We could actually just fit it right here. A little bit on a tight squeeze right here. But is there a possibility? So actually we can merge block under here and for that piece there. So that could kind of work. To be like this and like this for that to work okay. All right, so we got merge here, merge there, so that's the plan. Let's try to see if we can get this in. Okay, it's a little hard to see, but I mean, we get the gist of it. Yeah, we're moving pretty well with that ship on top, which is surprising. Okay. Don't think that's exactly how I planned it, but I think this is going to look okay still. I actually wanted the batteries up here. But looking at it this way, it sticks out a little bit more than I want it, but it's up to here anyway, so I think we should be okay. If we want it lower, then the merge block should be right over here instead. And you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to have the merge block here instead. I kind of do want it to be lower. Don't want it to be too high in this case. Okay, so we'll drop this thing down a little bit more if we can. Let's not rub against it just yet. The ion thruster is going to be a tight fit, I believe. Right in there. If it becomes an issue, you might have to get rid of some blocks. Yep. All right. We're hitting it. So we want this to fit in there. So this has got to go. All right. And this has got to go too. There. I think that should do it. And I think we're lined up okay. Yeah. I mean, a little bit to the left probably, but nonetheless, we are pretty close. Left a little bit. Oh. I don't know what's happening. It's hard to see. It's trying to merge. I need to move it or pitch it a little bit on the side. I gotta move it like that. That's not gonna be easy. Come on. Merge. Did it merge? It may have. It did. Okay. Perfect. Now, want to get off of this, is going to springboard me off of it and blow everything up? No. Good. Because that would have been terrible. Alright. Now the ship is a little bit longer than it should be. And it actually doesn't look good at all. It needs to be a lot closer to make this look a lot better. So, shoot. Yeah, that don't look good. It needs to be like basically pressed up against this to actually look decent. Or even as close as where we have our assembler. But we can't do that, so we could just cut out the innards here and slowly push it forward, I think. Yeah, I think we could do that. Although, I don't think we need these iron thrusters anymore. Because we have so many now over there. I do intend to keep these large car containers. So, yeah, I think we just push it forward. So then it keeps going in without breaking anything. But how can we do that without... How can we do that? We gotta hollow it out a little bit more. But unfortunately, this is already attached in here, so that's a no-go. How's it looking? Definitely doesn't look great. Even if I attach it here, it's still not gonna look good, unfortunately. It'll be a little bit better, but still not the greatest. So, it needs to merge a much closer in here. But if we do that, then we have these thrusters being an issue, and these thrusters looking to be an issue against this too. So that's not good. Shoot. Yeah, in all honesty, it should reach in here. Look good, because there's plenty of space to do that in here. So unfortunately, I guess we're gonna just have to scrap these out. The battery's all gone anyway, so we tried to save it and we just didn't plan it well enough. So now we're gonna have to scrap it, unfortunately. Okay, we just gotta get really deep in there. Make this work. I guess that means we could leave that alone. That can be left alone. It's more of this that needs to be broken out. Right? And then in here. Not gonna work? Yeah, we just keep pushing it forwards. That way should be okay. Guess all this gotta go too. So we should be able to sneak that in. I'm just gonna take this off for now. Just to make it easier. Okay. Yeah, we just gotta eat up that space. And then we should be a little bit better. I mean, this was kind of a bad idea. I kind of knew that from the start, but I had to try it just in case, to be honest. What if it did look good? Then I would regret not putting it on there. So I might as well regret putting it on there and deal with it some other way. Okay, I think we should be able to put this in. That block should belong to the outside, so it should slip in perfectly fine. How much further can we slip this in? All right, get this thing on again. There we go. And like I said, we're just gonna slip it in ever so slowly. Oh, it's like a glove. All right, we hit a snag. But we could definitely go further in. But the snag, it looks like right here. So we're just gonna chop that off. Same with this. How much further can we go? Probably just gonna keep going that way. So are these still being held up by anything? It almost looks like the answer is no, but it is still held up by something at least. Kind of. I mean, it is right here. That should be fine. And on the bottom, that's a problem. Yep, right here. How far are we going with this? Maybe up to here potentially. So just scrap it as much as possible. There. Okay, let's get back into slipping this thing into it like a glove. That's looking a lot better, to be honest. All right, we hit on the snag. I wish I could get up to here, but I don't think I can, especially with the assembler there. But I think that's where the snag is too. Yep, definitely that's where the snag is. Let's cut that off. Okay. We keep going and then chop up what we can slowly so we know what's going on. I like this. This is actually working a little bit better than I thought. Because the front's the hangar anyway, so had a lot of empty space. But the problem is some of the thrusters is going to conflict with it, so we're going to have to move some thrusters around. Which we can, because this ship has a lot of large thrusters anyways, and I think most of it's kind of done. Yeah. So like these thrusters definitely could just go away and have the large thrusters on there. So that's like a not non-big deal kind of situation. I want to get a little bit closer, but I think we're on the cusp here. I think we can only get up to one more block, and it's going to be an issue. Ooh, okay. Taking that off kind of kills the design. So I think we hit the end of the line there. Basically right here. Yeah, I think we are at the end of the line here. So we shouldn't push it any further in. Otherwise we lose some design. Well, we could push it one more as long as we get rid of the thrusters here, because I don't think we need the thrusters here. I don't think we need this thruster, is what I mean. Any of these thrusters inside probably can go and be put on the outside. So, but truly, right here's the end of the line. This whole section here. So, if that's the end of the line, that means a merge block should go kind of right here. Or, no, that's not the way to do it. We want it to line up, so let's just go down. And we want it to be touching that. So basically, the other one would be here. It would attach there. Okay, so that may not work great. The merge block is attached to that thruster that I was just about to remove. Although, maybe we don't remove it. Remove this for now. And that's how we get it in a little bit closer. I think nothing else is impeding its way by one block, right? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. All right, let's get it done. Do I like the height of it where it is? It's working. Okay. All right, here we go. Here goes nothing. We just got to push it forward a little bit, and we should merge in relatively soon. I don't think that merged. That was a little rough. I mean, there might be conflicting blocks. No, there's no conflicting blocks. We just gotta go. We need to go down. And then we should connect. That was definitely a little rougher than I thought it would be. Alright, I think we're in. Yep. Ion thrust is on, so I think that means we're in there. Let's get this. Well, let's get this thing back over here. Charge it up if we can. And surprised the other ships popped up recently to kind of see what's going on here. Which is a good and a bad thing. It's good because it gives me more mats, more uranium and all that stuff, but also bad because it starts shooting up most of my stuff too that are neutral or unfriendly with them. But I got rid of most of that stuff anyway, so we should be okay. Ooh, we are way too far. There we go. Rough, but it worked. Okay. Leave that alone. We might pass enough time where we can buy more hydrogen. Ooh, 108 platinum for 12 mil. Do we even have 108 platinum? I doubt it, but 361 silver ingots. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Do I really want to get rid of my platinum? Sounds like a really bad idea. Yeah, definitely bad idea. But we are 119. We're close to getting where we wanted in terms of buying one of the bigger freighters, if anything. But I don't even think we need one because we have a big old freighter here, basically. Okay, so we should be merged in now. We are. Yeah, more or less these thrusters are going to be a problem too. So doesn't really matter where they're placed now because flight wise it's not going to be a good idea regardless. All right, so that's that. Okay, we'll figure that out later. But how's it looking now though? Yeah, that's okay. I think it could benefit it from going even deeper, but I think that's the end of the line. We basically hit the tip of this design anyways. And up here, kept the design up here. We could redesign this and maybe do full blocks, but we could even do something like this instead as a new design here. Yeah, that could kind of work. And it gives it a little bit more protection, which is what we need. But I think more or less we're going to think about how to do this a little bit better. What about that one? All right. That should keep us aligned. Throw in a half block here. Like so. Ooh, I'm not liking to have a half block here though. So maybe we're going to find another block for this, but we need it to fit smoothly from here to there. Which I think it's a block that may or may not exist. Here we go. This block here. Right? Yes, that could work. And of course, we'll fix it up on the other side back here. Looks like we have to do regular old blocks, which is nice because it does cover up that conveyor junction there. And then we'll figure out a merge between the two here. But more or less, this is not too bad. Here, an ISTC coming our way, not great. Okay, so here we can kind of plug it back in with the shapes that we had previously. That's not too bad. This is heavy armor, so we can't build anything within. But if we put more heavy armor there, we should be fine. But it's half protecting the Protec assembler, which is good. That's what we kind of wanted. And all this is merging into it. Yeah, I gotta figure out what's the best way to get it in here. But it's more or less, to be honest, it's gonna be like that anyways. Yeah. Yeah, I figured that out, but it's probably gonna be like heavy armor stuff going on in there. So we do that. And we're attached from the top. Not much is attached from the bottom, unfortunately. The good news is that we could add a flooring right here now. Just not over there. Okay, so what's that looking like inside here? Not too bad. I think we could just get rid of the thrusters, to be honest. But it's not looking too bad. I'm gonna throw this in here just to cover it up in terms of getting some extra spacing there. Okay, I think we're good. I don't think it looks terrible. It does, in a way. This needs to merge in a little bit better. It's got to smooth out. Yeah, I got to make this smooth out. I can't have it like this skinny and then it goes through into this thicker piece here. So it's kind of weird. So it's got to smooth out from here to here in order for this to work. So even kind of like the fact of using something back here into like these half blocks like this would probably make it look a little bit better, to be honest. And then we'll just round it out from there. Then it could go okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit longer than it was before. But as long as we smooth out the front here, then we should be okay. It just looks terrible because it's like some of you are saying, it's somebody's shopping cart that is filled with junk, basically. And essentially that's what it is. If we're looking at it like this, yeah, we definitely need to get it in a little bit more than this. I guess we could have shrank it. Yeah, but we have a car container that we want to keep. If we got up to here, maybe it'll look okay. Where it is now, not the worst thing in the world, right? It's not. It's close to being the worst thing, but it's not there yet. Okay, I think I'm out of thruster components, maybe. Because those are not filling up. There's a lot of large thrusters on this thing. So, do we need all these large thrusters? Probably not. We may or may not have to get rid of some back here anyways. There's just way too many. These we can get rid of, I think. 3, not significant at all. Doesn't help us much in terms of thrusting. That we already got from other spots. Some of the side thrusting we can get rid of as well. Because we don't need it. We have all the side thrusting over here. Anyways, well, it's not much. There is a large... Was there a large thruster? It's going sideways. Yeah, right here. That one's going to be utilized more than anything else. This one we can keep, but these two we might have to remove. Yeah, lots going on here, so I got to figure out how to work this a little bit better. That business shipment better not get too close. All right, I think that's the best we should do for now. We at least got it connected. A little bit of an evolution. Not the best looking evolution, but we just gotta honestly just smooth it out ourselves and it should be fine. It's the fact that I think it's the fact that it gets skinny here, gets wide here, and it gets skinny again, which is making it look odd. Also the color scheming too. So if we were fanning it up here, then we should be okay. So we could keep this design, maybe get rid of this, stick with this design, go up to right around here, or even up to here, then we should be good. Because that's something we haven't done either, right? We haven't really smoothed out the design of all these things into one big ship. So we still have the opportunity to do that for sure. All right, there's something I need to put here, and that is a remote control, because we got rid of a remote control somewhere back there. So we put this one here. That should fit okay. Done. And yeah, we should talk a little bit more about the evolution of it. Some tanks gotta go somewhere else. There's so much space in this one because I utilize it as a ship. I was thinking of unmerging it, but I guess not anymore. So we got every nook and cranny we got to fill up with something different. Instead of having space to walk in because it's not necessary, we just got to put in a bunch of batteries, a bunch of everything. So it makes it solid and not able to do too much with it. Yeah, make it solid. So I mean, there's no real need for me to walk around. Like here's so much space here, which could be just batteries, right? I know some of these are thrusters, like right down here, but so it could be like a layer of a block here first, just for security reasons or to secure it. But everything else back here, like it could just be batteries, a load of batteries right over here, just to keep the thing afloat. So those are the minor detail stuff that we can do with the, at least with the red ship on both sides. And if there's no space, we can at least put a tank in there instead, or put more gyroscopes and all that jazz. So there's always that. Okay, I'm thinking we have enough thruster components because we are nearly done here. The original ship actually had a jump drive back here, which I'm not inclined to do that. So, I should just get rid of that. In terms of grinders, we could potentially put a whole grinding system right here. If we wanted to. I'm thinking maybe I design something on the side where it attaches over here as a grinder, which we can still use. Or it could be modular to come out and grind out certain things too. That might be a better bet, to be honest. Potentially. I don't know. We'll figure that out eventually. But this looks really cool in the back. Not so much in the front. Because I think this is a larger ship, so it makes this thing look a little bit odd. And also, this is the bottom side of things. That looks like a salamander in the head. The salamander eating a stingray, basically. Or the tail of it. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this evolution. If you did, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below, even to just say hi. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.